G'day. Thanks for watching. Let's take a look at the S&P and Nasdaq. Now, the Dow has been clocking along quite fine, following the cycles as expected in a nice, gentle uptrend. The S&P and the Nasdaq, they are different. Now, let's bring some data in here on the daily. So the things that we can observe here is that the 20-day low may be late. We can also observe that the S&P has not made new all-time highs. And the other possibility is that the 20-day low may have occurred and price is now tipping over into the 40-day low. So let's get the 40-day zone in place. We need to watch for both of these possibilities. The other observation is that the 20-day FLD has actually been crossed to the downside. Now, the projection there would not take price down very far, and there is no problem with the 20-day FLD being crossed. If price continues down and crosses the 40-day FLD, then this 40-day low will need to be made prior to this market continuing to the upside. Now, at this stage, I'm inclined to think 60% it's likely that the 20-day low has occurred, perhaps on this most recent bar, 15th of December, and price should push up from here. 40% chance that this market is tipping over and dropping into the 40-day low already. The Nasdaq is actually weaker. So let's have a look at that. Bring some data in on the daily time frame. If the 20-day low has just occurred and it's not confirmed on the 15th of December, then we would expect this market now to lift. If we put an FLD projection on from the high through the cross, that projection would be met at this point in time. And if that's the case, then price is likely to lift out. As with the S&P, the Nasdaq hasn't made new all-time highs. I still think that this is most likely a 20-day low. I don't think the 20-day has already occurred, and therefore I'm expecting that this will lift up. We'll have to wait for confirmation. But like the S&P, it is possible that the Nasdaq is going to drop into the 40-day time zone before it starts to lift again. And as I look back at the possibilities of where the 20-day low might have been, there isn't really a standout low. So as with the S&P, I think it's 60% likely that this market will lift out of here, 40% likely that it will continue to drop into the 40-day low. At some point in time, if it does start to drop or continue to drop into the 40-day low, then the 20-day low is going to have to be determined. And that will require some extra work. So let's see. What you're seeing here is how cycle analysis deals with uncertainty by mapping probabilities instead of forcing predictions. If you want to understand how these cycle forecasts are built and validated, there's more educational material available at futuremechanics.com. Thanks for watching.